All right. Got it back from the shop. Paint shop. Wish the sun was still beating down like it was. It's still hot. Nice and pretty. Oh, I thought I could zoom out, but I guess I can't. Yeah. Paint looks nice. My screen's all black, so I have no idea if this is turning out good or I have no idea. The roof looks great. They sanded that sucker down to nothing. Bare metal, all on the roof. Did a pretty damn good job. So let me close this up. And all the new gloss on the trim. I was gonna keep that chrome insert, but got rid of it. They accidentally did all of it gloss black instead of just the trim part. Same with the, I didn't want the grill to be chrome because the chrome was just gone. That looks good, honestly. A nice black. I don't know if I got close to that yet, but yeah, it looks great. All right. Finally got this fucking control arm on. Just one. Been battling with this piece of shit for days. I fixed the nuts that go on the back that are supposed to bottom out on the subframe back here. They're back there. Oh, that's nice. That thing's just kind of hanging out. Got the tab up there hanging past. It's not supposed to do that. Not supposed to do that at all. I'll have to fix that, but yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. That side's not messed up. The head hook's pretty good. I got this thing on there with the cotter pins. I don't know if it's right or what. I just threw it on there. I'm talking about the camber. Just threw it on there and snugged up the bolt. So that's where we're at. Man, I had hope for this side. I really did. Got one bolt out right there, and it didn't kill me in the process. This bolt has been a whole piece of shit. Oh my god. I've spun it around like 5 times, and that damn nut back there, it's just spinning around. You can see the little tab sticking up probably. Maybe not. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. 2 little shiny spots. Just going round and around and around. It's a good time. I ripped all my freaking knuckles and all that open, just turning this fucking hard ass shit repeatedly. I don't know what kind of Loctite that is, but fuck that. I'm not putting Loctite on that shit. All right, I got the dash in. That was a whole pain in the ass wrestling that harness. I broke a little piece of plastic off my wood grain. Luckily it wasn't that detrimental. It's behind here, but it's not moving around too much. It's one of those little pop-in bracket deals, but it wasn't like a typical plastic rivet. It was one of these little snap-in things. I can shove that real quick. Yeah, one of these that just broke off the back of it while I was holding this thing upside down, trying to put the harness on the back side of it. Pretty much everything done with that. Everything underneath my steering column is all plugged back in. I had to drop all that stuff out of the way so to, just to even get the dash in. I cleaned it up pretty good before putting it in here to make sure there wasn't, there's spots that you can't reach whenever you have this thing in the car, like all the way against the windshield. I cleaned that up as good as I could. I got my grubby paws on it, so I'm trying to reach back there again and get it, but yeah, looks like a car again, kind of. I mean, the rest of it's pretty empty still, but not having a dash it doesn't even look like a car. All right, it's got my sunroof in. 10 out of 10, don't recommend installing that by yourself. These are heavy, and literally this being the color that it is the only reason I swapped it in. That was awful. And even that thing broke. All this is epoxy. I was trying to pull this old really hard drain line out from this pan right here. This is like a composite pan. It's not metal. It's weird, like a composite of some kind. But yeah, this thing's super heavy with all these motors and all this crap on here, and it's really wide. It's like as wide as the whole interior, so I pretty much had to hold it up with my head and line it up to all these studs, and yeah, thread those on with my hand just barely and go around it. It took me forever, and it sucked pretty bad. I don't think I'm ever gonna do that again by myself, at least. Like, that would be pretty easy to do by yourself, but yeah. Cleaned all the weather stripping up while I had it off, because that stuff gets all caked up. Like, here was all the stuff that was on there from them wet sanding, all that white chalky stuff. And I wet sanded my roof in the past, so I did clean this up. I had some pretty good stains on it. You can still see them, but in the camera you can really see them. It's a lot harder to see them like head on. Like, wow, I don't know. That camera's picking them up good. I scrubbed them out pretty good, and it seemed to help quite a lot. I guess maybe it's because it's dry now. Yeah, it might be just because it's dry now, but oh well. Eventually, it's all screwed up from when I had a little fireball spit out of the freaking fuel tank. So I'll probably end up redoing this anyway. I don't know. The headliner doesn't bother me so bad. I don't know. I just leave that off for a little while. I'm not sure. Contemplate fixing it, or holy shit, that took a lot out of me doing that. Yeah, that's progress of the day. Got the dash in, pulled the both sunroofs out of both cars, both headliners out of both cars. Ooh. Yep. I'm gonna end it here. I'm getting dizzy. All right. Just finished up my fog lights. Pulled the lenses off, sanded them on the inside and outside, and clear coated. and then epoxied the little problem issues. This one looks a little bit more yellow. It's hard to tell because I can't really look at both of them without taking this bumper outside, and I don't want to scratch it. So, and this thing looks, this one was actually like brand new. The housing on the inside was literally like brand new. And then I'm pretty sure that he got into a wreck a long time ago with this thing and probably replaced it, because you can tell just looking at the back of it how new it looks compared to that one. That one looks old and tired, and it actually cracked in half on me. I had to epoxy it. And this one, even around the lens seam where the epoxy's on there and you gotta grip it real tight and all that, it didn't break. So I think that one's a little bit newer than this old guy, but I think that's part of the reason why that one looks a little more yellow than this one. But either way, they both look a lot more clear and a lot better. So I'm sure I'll be happy with it either way. Yeah, I might take it out in the sun. I'll take another video if I do. All right, update of the day. I got my headliner in. I got these back window pillars in. I got my speaker valences in. At this point, I just need to finish up a little bit of this wiring and you know, put the glove box in, put a last little piece of duct down there. There's a few other little panels that go here, and a cluster, and it's all little stuff that goes into there. A couple of metal brackets, some plastics and stuff, and then my A pillars that run across here and there. And then after that, after I'm done wiring, really, I can put these two covers that go right there for the seats on. Put these brackets on that cover here. There's another metal bracket, yeah, this one that covers right here. Something like that. And yeah. After that, I can put the carpet, seats, and really just the door panels after that. But the door panels, I have a little bit of upholstery work I'm going to do to the handles. I got some new leather for. That's as far as the interior goes. It's time to put on the rear views and the passenger side door handle, because I need to find the little plastic thing. Sorry, I'm trying to pick up some stuff. But yeah, so my door handles, that one's not too bad. Really, it's this one. It's real cracked and just doesn't look very good. The rest of the door panel is fantastic. So I'm gonna mold that. And I got these all cleared and pretty and installed. Here's the armrest leather that I got for it. It's gonna be fun, I'm sure, stretching that, stapling it. Yeah. Got that painted and put in. Got the other one painted and put in. Man, this bumper looks just awesome. And yeah. I got carpet, center console, a few seats, all this crap to throw in the car, and it's really not that bad other than having to clean each individual little part, because when you have it all apart, you can get all the stuff that you can't get inside of the car where all the panels meet up. All that dust collects in between it. So yeah, I like to clean everything as I go. So that's what's gonna really hold me up. Yeah, it's progress of the day. All right, well, productive little day today. I got everything wired up, terminated at the ECU. The only thing I have to do is that little red wire right down there. That's the
12-volt supply for my flex fuel sensor. That's the last wire I need to do something with. That's not just already, you know, terminated, connected, and throw my radio on there and all that. Tested out the secondary fuel pump. It comes on. Works great. But this stupid thing, I knew these freaking hoses they sent me just weren't gonna work. These little corrugated ones, those suck. This thing is like just pissing fuel everywhere. I took I put 2 clamps on here just because the first one did okay. It was just kind of dribbling off, but man, I'm gonna have to pull these off of there. They don't work. It was just spraying fuel everywhere after I put these second clamps on there. I don't know if it tore it or what happened, and I'm up here getting just freaking plain in fuel, and I leaned on this thing and it broke again. It's really freaking flimsy. I'm gonna just leave it alone, but it just pisses me off that this happened. Like, I don't know why they couldn't have just sent me some fucking hoses that fit, because that's the problem. These hoses were just too fucking big. But yeah, that's about as far as I got today. Started playing with the laptop and all that. This looks pretty nice over here. It's all laid out and looks pretty stock. I had to do some digging, but yeah, I tucked away all my wiring down here and try to doll it up a little bit, make it look nice. Yeah, that's literally the last wire I have to terminate. So as soon as I get this fuel situation figured out, I can go ahead and slap the rest of the interior back in here and we're ready to rock and roll. This is my last little endeavor. Besides some of the small stuff like emblems, taillights, the front bumper, I gotta do the exhaust, but other than that, that's pretty much it. Yeah, nice little update of the day. Oh yeah, I didn't show these, my A-pillars. No, you're asking about them, Shay. Yeah, my gauge pods and all that. They look pretty nice. Yeah, I guess I can record that. I recorded it earlier. It's just spraying freaking fuel everywhere. It's a good old time right there. I can't tell exactly where it's coming from. Hopefully the camera will help me decipher that later. Yeah, I guess that's it for the day. All right, here's a little update of the day. Cleaned up my center console and my seats, at least the bottom half of my seat. Really waiting on these fuel hoses to come in, the submersible ones. They're good for ethanol. I pulled my intake off just a little minute ago. I was trying to test my new oil pressure sensor and test my ignition outputs and make sure everything was wired up right. So pulled that guy off over there and tested all that stuff. Everything's wired up good. I didn't fudge on anything. Got my little battery charger on there because I'm cranking the hell out of it and testing high amperage outputs. Just rather not drain this battery if I can help it. I got the oil pressure all primed up. Can show that. I was about to go look at my new oil pressure sensor. and make sure that it was working the way it should. Because here is oil pressure right now. You can watch the little gauge down there. Shoots up to about 50 pounds or so, just cranking. So that's good. Kind of freaked me out for a minute because I had tried cranking it with the plugs and stuff all in it, which takes longer, but I cranked it for a while and it didn't do anything. And I was like, uh-oh. Scared that my pickup tube didn't seal well to that gasket, or the oil pump wasn't primed right, or some crazy nonsense where I have to rip the whole motor out of the freaking thing. On the inside of the car, I got my glove box back in. I got my little radio valence that goes over my key cylinder. I got all this stuff down here plugged back in, the trunk switch, the fuel lid, the hood, and my little clock resetter and all that. Cleaned all that stuff up and put it in, and this little guy under here too. All the stuff just put in, cleaned up everything, and that's pretty much it for the day. Testing outputs and cleaning stuff, installing stuff. Yep. I don't remember what I was doing in here. I did something back here. Oh, yeah, I tightened up my fuel hatch. It was sitting in there loose. I never tightened it up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the big stuff I've done today. Yeah, it's not really a big thing, but I'll show it. I just forgot to put my little noise canceling stuff down. It's all like insulated, and it goes up onto my speaker valences, so I pulled all that stuff back off and put it back there so I'd have the little noise canceling thing. Yeah, I might check my oil pressure sensor right before I leave and then call that good. I'll probably put the plugs back in it just so it's not, open motor, and then wheel this bitch back in here. Call it a day. And I might go ahead and start this thing up, see what happens. See if she likes it. Got everything set up on here. I don't know. Oh, she did. Whoops. I done killed it. Alright. Fuck it. I'm gonna fire this thing up, man. Let's see if I can. It's still dead. Jesus. And of course, it started after I stopped trying to make a video. It's alive. Oh, there goes my freaking door. Baby, is that thing already causing me hell? See no leaks anywhere. I can't tell if there's an exhaust leak because I'm open downpipe right now. It sounds like there's an exhaust leak somewhere though back here. I'm not not sure. I'll have to get my exhaust all fixed back up to get it really working right. Might have to torque that down a little bit or something, I don't know. Wish my exhaust was on it, man. This thing is like way too loud. It made an absolute ton of oil pressure when I cold started it. It was at over 100 pounds. That's a lot of freaking oil pressure, man. Make sure it's not getting too hot and not running lean. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to stop and throw the rest of my fuel in there. I barely have any gas in the tank. Alright, so I noticed something. Whenever I have my fuel pump pinned to the ECU at all, off of that ground trigger, the terminal is just sitting there hanging. If I have that thing pinned to auxiliary output number 1, my tach jumps from 0 to like 800 RPM non-stop. It's a little bouncy now, but it's not bad. Before it was like sitting down there most of the time, just kind of jiggling around. I'd rev it and it would barely move with it on auxiliary 1. So it was screwing with my tach signal bad. But now it's pretty linear. It's still a little bit jittery and not perfect, but like it's livable. Like that's livable. But before, that was bad. I don't know what the deal is with this thing. It seems to be really pissed about this second fuel pump no matter which auxiliary I put it on. As soon as I put it on something, I don't know if it's like backfeeding to the ECU through the ground or what the problem is, but yeah, it's just grounding this relay back here. That's all it's doing. So, you know, I'm not sure what the hell's going on with it. I'm gonna have to do some more research on that and see what I can figure out. I was planning on playing with it, but it's already freaking late. Guess I'll make me a happy little rev video. Turbo is happy. It's making some cool noises, man. I don't feel like the turbo was that happy and loud before. See if this blow-off valve is opening. works sometimes, works perfectly, and then other times it doesn't. I have no idea why. And for some odd reason, that this is a problem. As soon as I turn on the lights, it's nope, not gonna live anymore. Turn it down, and all of a sudden it wants to put it at the right idle. Like that was at least $2,000 that I just revved it to, and it's not doing it. It's just, it pisses me off. I play with this thing so much and it just refuses to work right. I don't think it really matters what I do at this point. I think it's just not a good signal. God, that's awful. All right, Trevor helped me get this bumper on earlier, and we got it all situated. Got the gaps closed up pretty good. I mean, there's still a little gap right there, little to no gap right there. Some difference there, but it looks good. Unless you're at it from an angle, you really can't tell. And honestly, from the angle, it really doesn't even look that bad. The headlight being all fucked up bothers me more, honestly. Yeah, got all the lights and stuff put in. It was a pain in the ass. It was raining its ass off all day too. That's why my bills are out. I got those, used the rain to clean those up. They were pretty dirty. Got lots of crap sitting on them from, you know, sitting in the shop for a long time. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the day. I adjusted some stuff on the software, the tuning and stuff like that. Yeah, that'll probably do us for the day. That bumper took a long time, and then the rain kept hitting us. So, yeah, looks nice and mean. God, I hope this is it. I opened up this other harness. There's a splice in this under the dash. I'm really hoping if I just run a new wire over to the tack, maybe it'll work. I don't know. Damn. It's just too fucking close. All right, progress of the day. This portion I'm just showing the freaking mess that this little tiny pinhole made. Little bitty pinhole. Turd. Sprayed all over the freaking place in here. Everything. It's kind of hard to see it unless I like stop, but it's just made it all over the fenders and all in the engine bay, on the windshield, went freaking everywhere. Oh well, we'll move on to something positive here. I got my little windshield sprayers in. One of these clips is broken, so you know, doesn't want to hang out right there. Little nozzles. Had to sit there and clean them out, shop brake cleaner and stuff through them. I got my old cockpit back ready to go pretty much here. I put all my wiring back that was under there. I pulled off. I was trying to diagnose that tack. Oh yeah, I can definitely take a stopped back here. Boy, the rear end of this thing looks super good. Just video and camera does not do that justice. I could just stare at that. It took a lot of time to get this back seat in. Mainly because there was just a ton of crap in both the little seat positions. Yeah, got those cleaned up and back in. Vacuumed that side. I vacuumed under the seat and all that. I didn't do this side yet because I gotta get the ECU and all this crap cleaned back up, put back the way it should be, mounted. I got one wire I need to ground down there because I found it was still carrying voltage over to the ECU and the pump just stays on, so I'm not gonna have the ECU drive the pump because it just runs anyway with the ignition on. I think something's up with that. I don't know what, but I think it's just I'm carrying it over to ground side for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't really care to mess with it, so I'm just gonna ground it off. Put a little panel under there, under the driver's side. The hell else did I do? Oh, the little rear view button. Did that guy. I'm letting it dry overnight so I can put the rear view back on. Yeah, put the seats back on. I ended up try to glue down this guy because whenever I shift, it would tend to move. So it's not really moving as much as it was, just with like a little speck of super glue on the insert pegs. Oh, I put this speaker in so I could jam my music. Oh yeah, I got this fog light working. Little miscellaneous stuff today. That's why this bumper's out here. I was robbing one of the lights, one of the bulbs out of there. Messed with these rear view mirrors and figured out that everything comes apart. I thought for some reason that this board was going to be attached to both this and that, to where if I pulled it apart to the glass and the plastic, I mean, I guess it is with this adhesive, but yeah, I just peeled it right off. So I can put some new glass in here, it just won't be heated. Everybody was saying to just glue it to the front, and I'm like, that's super ghetto. It's not gonna look right to me. Because you have this little trim piece that goes on the outside and then hooks into the plastic right here on these little tabs. So you wouldn't be able to run this because it'd be too thick. I think it just looked funny, so I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, here's all the hardware that came out of the car. There's a lot of trash and other stuff and tools and you name it, it was in there. yeah, that's it for the day, man. I'm about to haul ass, go home. All right, here's my little update of the day. Just finished scrubbing out this engine bay. At least a lot of the parts that I could reach. Looks a lot better. I had all this splatter everywhere and it's super hard to get off. I ended up having to polish it off. Yeah, still all that. There's still a lot of crap in here I need to clean up. The fender's still got it all over the freaking place. So does the bumper. I'm gonna have to try to get that off without ruining shit. I got the interiors all back in for the most part. Back seats. That stuff back in. I got the engine bay, or not the engine bay, sorry, passenger side. And the little ECU compartment all buttoned back up and vacuumed everything and put the seat back in. I wired up my two-step to my my stock back there, my old cruise control stock. I had to ground my fuel pump relay in here because I found out that it wasn't fully powered by the ECU down there. The power was feeding through to the ground side and the pump was already running even when the ECU was commanding it to be off. I could pull the wire out, turn the ignition to on, and the fuel pump would still start. So I went ahead and just grounded it off to the chassis. Yeah, that's about it for the day. I'm about to move all this crap and pull the car in and go have my birthday dinner with the family. All right, got the exhaust all fitted up. Kind of hard to see it, but there's my new V-band heat wrap all the way up the downpipe and then all the way down the mid pipe. Kind of got scratched up. I had to slide it on the concrete to get it under here. Tried to use some cardboard, but it fell right off. And I got my tips on. They're a little bit crooked like they used to be, but didn't really bother me much then, so just smacked it on there with a mallet, tried to center them up, and they look okay. Tacked them on there, not very prettily, but these are stainless steel, and I have mild steel piping and mild steel flux core rod, so just painted over them. It's pretty much just did a little burn through tack on all those and painted everything. Painted them before I put all that crap on there. But yeah, the car is super quiet now after hearing it with no downpipe, or just the downpipe, for the past, I don't know, month. Threw my little coolant hose on this morning too. One that had a real bad leak. Oh yeah, she's super quiet. Need to remind myself to grab my little fuel containers because I'm almost out of fuel. God, it sounds mean. I've been missing that. wasn't super loud before. Yeah. It's probably about what I'm gonna finish today. I'm freaking tired, so that's probably all I'm gonna do.